This is Gado News.
Now, just imagine for a moment the situation had Nafdac not established its guidance on chemical good manufacturing and distribution practices. One shudders at the thought. The landscape would have been rife with recurring chemical hazards, incidents born from the unchecked production and reckless use of explosive compounds, volatile solvents, corrosive agents, toxic fumes, and heavy metals. Now, pesticides, disinfectants, cleaning agents, benzene, acetone, all posing silent threats, creeping into homes, workplaces, and the environment in a whole, igniting disasters, both sudden and slow. Without proper oversight, the risk would not merely have been probable, they would have been inevitable. If it is not approved by Nafdac, don't buy, don't use. Now, do you recall the tragic gas leak in Bhopal, India, in the year 1984? A night steeped in horror when over 500,000 souls were exposed to the deadly fumes of metal isocyanate, a gas so toxic that its release marks the darkest chapter in the history of industrial calamities. The catastrophic event, forever etched in the annals of human suffering, stands as a grim reminder of what unfolds when chemical regulation fails. If the memory of that disaster still lingers in your mind, then you will grasp why Nafdac, in its role as a vigilant regulatory body, has moved with purpose to oversee the manufacture, importation, distribution, and application of chemicals within Nigeria. It is a safeguard born not of fear, but of wisdom earned from history's harshest lessons.
We have put in a number of measures. Part of the measures, we have a number of guidance documents which are openly available and they are freely available in the Nafdac website. And part of our processes is to ensure that in manufacturing of chemicals, in distribution of chemicals, in importation of chemicals, or even exportation of chemicals, every other thing you do to chemicals, you follow these guidelines.
Coming up shortly, we'll delve into enlightening perspectives from Dr. Leonard Omokpariola, esteemed Director of Chemical Evaluation and Research at Nafdac. He offers a thoughtful exploration of the agency's unwavering dedication to maintaining the highest standards in chemical manufacturing and distribution practices throughout the nation. A gracious welcome to Nafdac and Your Health, your trusted companion in the pursuit of wellness and vitality. This is your definitive health digest and wellness guide, where your well-being is our foremost priority. Within these moments we share, you'll find not only essential knowledge, but also practical guidance and invaluable insights, each carefully curated to empower you in preserving and enriching your health. So, let's journey together, hand in hand, towards a life marked by balance, strength, and joy. I am Harriet Adams, your host, and it's my pleasure to be with you. On the program today, Nafdac mandates bioequivalent study for generic drugs. Nafdac's new regulations promise safer and reliable drugs. Well, Elijah Ewa is here with the details of these stories and more. Elijah, the microphone is yours.
Good evening and welcome to the news update. Nafdac has reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring the quality, safety, and efficacy of generic medicines in Nigeria through the enforcement of stringent bioequivalence policy. The Director General of Nafdac, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, stated this while briefing newsmen in Lagos. She said the initiative, aimed at boosting public confidence in generic drugs, was to prevent the circulation of substandard medications and ensure that generics provide comparable therapeutic effects to their branded counterparts. According to the Nafdac DG, bioequivalent studies are vital scientific assessments that confirm the interchangeability of generic medicines with their innovator counterparts. These studies guarantee that generic drugs deliver similar clinical outcomes, ensuring their effectiveness in managing health conditions. She said the press briefing was part of a broader series of engagements designed to keep stakeholders informed and involved in the agency's efforts to maintain a robust pharmaceutical regulatory system in Nigeria. In another development, Nafdac has commenced the training of its staff in the use of rapid chemical residue test kits for food safety surveillance. The training program, which began in Abuja last week, was attended by Nafdac directors and staff, particularly laboratory technicians from Lagos, Kano, and Abuja. Titled Food Safety Chemical Residue Testing, the training was to kickstart a pilot scheme of an on-the-spot test for pesticides, herbicides, antibiotic, heavy metals, bromates in foods on the field. As part of the training, participants moved to the new Orange Market in Maraba, Nasarawa State, where the equipment were used to practically test some food products to detect chemical residues. Addressing newsmen on the exercise, the Nafdac Director for Greater FCT Abuja, Mr. Kenneth Azikiwe, said the initiative was part of efforts to rid the market of contaminated food products. He said the training would be extended to other Nafdac staff nationwide. That's it on the news update. Over now to Harriet as she brings us the remaining part of the program. I am Elijah Iwa.
Thank you so much, Elijah, for that update. Now, last week we embarked upon a thoughtful discourse concerning the Nafdac guidance on chemical good manufacturing and distribution practices. At that time, we highlighted the grave perils associated with the improper manufacture and utilization of chemicals, dangers that extend far beyond the immediate, manifesting not only in acute afflictions such as burns and poisonings, but also in insidious long-term consequences like cancer, organ failure, and widespread environmental degradation. As we pledged, today marks the continuation and indeed the conclusion of that vital conversation. We are most pleased to welcome back to our program the Distinguished Director of Chemical Evaluation and Research of Nafdac, Dr. Leonard Omakwariola. Sir, it's a pleasure to have you with us once again.
Thank you.
All right, then I shall return to you in due course. But first, let's hear a word from our gracious sponsor and then take a brief sojourn to the rendezvous for another important message.
Did you know that fake or damaged drugs can cause you serious health harm and may even kill you? But you can protect yourself by seeking professional healthcare advice when you feel unwell. Buy drugs from only licensed pharmaceutical outlets and make sure you check the packaging for poor condition, spelling errors, and unclear labelings. Also, check Nafdac registration number, batch number, the expiry date, manufacture date, and manufacturer's address before paying, and always collect a receipt. If you suspect a drug to be fake or damaged, report immediately to Nafdac on 0800-162-3322 or send an email to sf.alert@nafdac.gov.ng. Protect yourself and your loved ones. This message is brought to you by Nafdac with support from WHO.
Iyamio. Ukarobo. When did you enter inside my canteen without a sound? Abasemimbo. Wonder shall never end. But wait, why do you look so untidy and scattered?
See, Madam Ekaite, right now, what I need is food. Food, that's what I need. Please be quick about it, because I'm saying I'm hungry right now would be an understatement.
All right, no problem. But what would you eat now? You know this is Calabar Kitchen. We have everything, including the famous fisherman soup.
Just give me food. Any food. Okay, you know what? Give me pounded yam with bitter leaf soup and no meat.
Ah?
Yes.
Iyammi. Ukarobo. Are you sure you are okay? What happened to you now? What's wrong?
See, nothing is happening. Please, don't waste my time, Don't waste my time. Just get me food.
Okay, no fakes, No fakes. I'm coming. Yams, Mbok, stop. Bring water for Ukarobo, Let me come. I'm coming. I'll bring your food now.
Finally. As if I told you what I'm going through, you will even understand.
Madam Ekaite!
Yes, sir.
Thank God, I am starving. If I had known that I would be this hungry at work, I would have bought food from home.
Madam Amina, you're welcome. How are you now? And how are the children?
Children, they are practically grown-ups now. Yes.
So fast? So now we are expecting another set of twins on the way, ba?
Hey, in this harsh economy, I think it's your turn, no Ekaite.
Ha! Mboro, it is not yet time, please. Anyways, Okarobo, this is your food, Enjoy.
Finally. I don't know why it took you this long to serve just one plate of pounded yam.
No vex now, no vex.
Wait. What am I seeing? Is this not Mr. Adobo? Hey! You must have tasted Nafdac rots.
See how he's ignoring all of us, completely lost in his food. This man must be very, very hungry, oh.
Maybe he just got released from detention, no? Now let's just leave him. Anyways, give me rice and beans with fried plantain and some fried fish.
All right, no problem. I'm coming now.
Lempeo, Madam Ekaite, please come, by me, I'm starving.
I'm coming, my customer.
When there is life, there is hope.
Who is this man I'm seeing like this?
It's Mr. Adobo, a mere shadow of himself.
Ọlọ́run ọba. What happened to you, Mr. Adobo?
Mr. Adobo, talk now. What happened to you now?
Talk to us, my friend. What really happened?
It's a long story.
Mbok, make it short. Make it short, Tell us.
The thing is, every time I try to tell people, they turn against me.
Adobo, I'm your friend. I've got your back.
Okay. You must have heard about the warehouse in Aba where Nafdac seized pharmaceutical products worth 6 billion naira. You see that warehouse? It's mine. The one at Onitsha Head Market Bridge is mine. The branch in Idumota, Lagos, also mine. Even the warehouse in Kano, all of them seized by Nafdac.
Wait. Say that again.
I'm saying all those warehouses, Aba, Onitsha, Idumota, Kano, they are mine. And the total value of goods seized is over 700 billion naira. I even went to beg Madam Christie.
You went to beg her?
That woman is a no-nonsense woman. She doesn't take bribes.
See, no nonsense is an understatement. When I went there, she didn't even want to see me. Before you know it, I'm in detention.
Wait, so you mean you were behind the rebagging of rice, repackaging of drugs, altering expiration dates, and the faking of regulated products? Ha, Uka Arobo, you are a wicked man. You must pay me my money and get out.
He's not going anywhere. He probably escaped detention. Let's call the police on Nafdac.
Mr. Otunba, my friend, I beg you. See, I don't have any money at all. Tobe, please help me pay for my food.
Me? I'm not your friend, though.
But you say you are my friend.
No. Do you realize how many lives your fake drugs have destroyed? Innocent people just gone like that. You are a murderer in disguise.
Yes, so worse than armed robbers and hired assassin. Heartless man.
Don't worry. Nafdac officials are on their way with task force.
Yes.
Not again now. You people should please have pity.
Keep quiet.
Now go in.
Pay me my money first and get out.
Man.
The program is Nafdac and Your Health. Be part of it by sending us a text or WhatsApp message to the number 0812 541 9549. The number again, 0812 541 9549. Remember, you can always catch up on the previous editions of this program, Nafdac and Your Health, by visiting the website gadoagency.com.ng. That is gadoagency.com.ng. Now, do you know that a handsome reward awaits you if you're able to provide information that can lead to the hideouts of product fakers? Send your information through text to the number 0701 659 1114. That is 0701 659 1114. Your identity will be protected. We assure you of that. Now, industrial development and increasing demand for diverse goods and services to cater for the increasing needs of humanity have resulted in chemical being utilized in many products and processes. While the use of chemicals in processes, production, and goods have benefited people in many ways, these chemicals can also cause hazards to users. Our roving correspondent, Victoria Sido, tells us more about this in this report.
Chemicals can be found everywhere, from the medicine that heal us to the cleaning agents that disinfect our homes, the fertilizers that grow our food, and even the perfumes we wear. chemicals form the backbone of modern life. Their benefits are undeniable. Yet, like fire, what is useful can be dangerous. When chemicals are mishandled, mixed without knowledge, stored carelessly, or used without protective measures, they can cause lasting harm, sometimes even death. The line between benefits and danger is often thin, and sadly, many people only realize this after it's too late. Now, with a sense of curiosity, I took to the streets of Abuja to hear real stories from people who have had first-hand encounter with chemical misuse. I met Esther, a 29-year-old housewife who narrated her experience with a household chemical.
I do make my liquid soap at home because I want it to be very, very thick. I don't like buying one from the market. So I go to where they sell ingredients for liquid soap and I buy it. So normally what they do is they number it for me on how I'm going to mix it. So that day something happened. While I was mixing it, I think it was the 5th nylon. You have to pour it inside a cup and then mix it. When I poured it inside the cup and I mix it, it was very, very hot that I could not handle it. So when I was trying to let go of the cup, it poured on my leg. I could not handle the pain. The pain was so intense. So since then, whenever I want to mix liquid soap, I use protective gloves and I also put on my apron.
The experience is not different from that of Sani, a 30-year-old janitor with an industrial company.
There was a time I got a job with an industrial company as a janitor. So from day one, no one really explained to me the kind of chemicals that we're going to be using there in the office. Because there, we're working with some very, very powerful cleaning agents like the floor disinfectants, toilet cleaners, window solvents, you name it. So I use them every single day without gloves, without a mask, no protective gear at all. I thought it was just part of the job. And what I didn't realize at that point was that these chemicals were damaging my health. Now every night I cough, deep painful coughs. My chest feels tight, like someone is just pressing down on it. My eyes burn constantly from the fumes. My hands too, they've become rough. I have blisters. I never imagined that doing something as simple as cleaning could hurt me this much, honestly.
These stories, though varied, echo a simple truth. Chemicals, no matter how familiar, can be dangerous when mishandled. Experts warn that mixing chemical products without understanding their interactions, using them in poorly ventilated places, or ignoring the instructions on the labels can have serious or irreversible consequences. In Abuja, I am Victoria Asido, reporting for Nafdac and Your Health.
Thank you very much, Victoria, for that report. Now, exposure to chemicals and their harmful effects, including the risks associated with different types of chemical hazards, has spread across the globe at alarming rates, causing a high rise in health problems and prompting national regulatory agencies to adopt measures to check the trend. Well, as I announced to you earlier, joining me in this discussion is the Nafdac Director of Chemical Evaluation and Research, Dr. Leonard Omokwariola. Thank you once again for your time on the program, sir.
Thank you.
So let's begin from where we stopped last week. We spoke elaborately on the steps Nafdac has been taking to ensure safe manufacture, distribution and use of chemicals. Now, what enforcement measures have you adopted to ensure compliance? Additionally, what impact has these enforcement strategies had so far?
They say when there is no rule, there is not going to be law. And if there is no law, you are not going to accuse anybody of breaking the law. So because of the presence of all these guidance documents that we have already produced now, because of that and the guidelines, the regulations and all the rest of them we have produced to help people, it has reduced in a very drastic way the prevalence of all these fake and kind of substandard chemicals. Before now, there have been instances which I knew of people, they will request for calcium carbide from some part of the world. They will bring them sawdust. They will package the sawdust and even animal cow dung. They have brought cow dung to this country in the name of chemicals before. But now it does not work again. Because we have what we call CRIA, Clean Report of Inspection and Analysis, that is required and requested from a number of countries, especially China and India, that before you bring any chemical or some regulated product to this country, you must have a CRIA. And so the item is inspected right from that other side, from the country of origin. And so all those kind of issue of bringing all those substandard chemicals and the rest of them, chemicals you bring in, they are not the real chemical, those ones, they have drastically reduced. In fact, for more than 5 years now, I don't think we have had any case like that all over across the country. Those things are no longer prevalent now. All at all. It don't happen again. Because we have put measures in place to checkmate all those things.
Okay. So have there been any significant challenges in monitoring compliance with the guidance on chemical good manufacturing practices? And if so, what are they?
We have put a number of measures, enforcement measures. We are working, NAFDA have the Investigation and Enforcement Unit, IRE, that is in Mobi Road in Yaba. We work with them. That enforcement unit works with the agency, that is all the other directorate, to ensure that whenever there are breaches, whenever there are violations, they will take it up from there. And when they take it up from there, it is for them to enforce the laws and the regulations of the agency in one way or the other. And so those measures have been there. And whenever there is a violation, we report the issues to them, and they take it from there. And NAFDAC, it is the enforcement unit, as I've said, and that directorate made a number of arrests of people who are violating, not only for chemical, but various NAFDAC-related issues. They have made a number of arrests. I'm sure you are aware of our raid in 3 different cities in the country just in February and early March here. That is Dumota. Then in Lagos, we have the one in Onitsha and the one in Oka. And there's last year, we were in a Kano to enforce some kind of compliances. So all those things are there. It's the I&E directorate that do that for us. So whenever there is any issue, and that the directorates cannot handle directly, and needed real force, including force of arm, because we have armed policemen that are with the IRE session. Yes, the other directorate have policemen. They do go with us, and they will do some things. They are also armed, but there is an extent they can go. But whenever there are issues that go beyond them, they report it to IRE. And once she reported to IRE, it is the federal task force, because the chairmanship of the federal task force on counterfeit and substandard product is in Nafdac, and the IRE director is the chairman of that task force. So they have the force of law. It is a nationally task force that comprises of a number of government agencies that help to enforce all these laws on the regulations on counterfeiting.
In your opinion, what additional steps should be taken to guarantee that only safe and high-quality chemical products are available to consumers in line with good manufacturing and distribution practices?
The major challenge is ignorance. And ignorance in the sense that when you get some people, they will tell you that they did not know. There are people go to learn how to sell chemical and market chemical, just as go to learn how to sell a supermarket items, small, all these articles like biscuits, small things like that, yam, beans. But we have now come to tell them, which we liars, we have a kind of collaboration, a very strong collaboration with the Amalgamated Chemical Dealers Association of Nigeria, ACDA. And this association controls all the chemical dealers in the country, at least majorly in Lagos, in Onitsha, in Kano, and then in Port Harcourt, and some major cities in the country. And these people are working with us. So we have started a very strong measure of collaboration in terms of public awareness campaign and workshops and seminars. We organize for them free of charge to be able to train their members on why they must comply, and the reason why chemicals are very, very hazardous and dangerous, and that their compliance is to boost their own businesses and their own income, and also to help to safeguard the safety, the security of our country. And there's a lot of very, very strong adherence to our guidelines now against what used to happen before. Maybe about 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, whenever they hear that Nafdac is coming, they will simply lock their shop and run away. But now they have not they didn't need to lock their shop, because Nafdac is not coming to their shop to maybe to just shut it up or do anything. It's to ensure that we check for compliances and the rest of that. So that's what will happen now. There's a major. They are working with us actually, but if there is any violation with all those the leadership of those organizations, we check all those violations.
All right then. So what key advice would you give to the public regarding the distribution and practice of chemicals and related products in Nigeria?
I want to tell the public, and I want to sincerely thank them for their cooperation so far, help and assistance and information that we're giving to Nafdac. The advice I give to us is that if anybody is to market chemicals and sell chemicals or store chemicals around you, make sure that you ask them if they have the authorization from Nafdac. If they do not have the authorization from Nafdac, know that thing is illegal. Because if Nafdac involved, Nafdac will never allow the storage of dangerous chemicals in any storage facility that is in a residential area, because that one is completely illegal. You cannot store chemicals in residential area. You can't come and build warehouse under a particular house. Maybe some people are up there and you come and put some chemicals under it. If the chemicals will react and have a very huge explosion, everybody in that area is going. If the chemicals should lead to all those, they produce gases that are poisonous, everybody, it can happen in the night and people are going to die. So we make sure that you be the informant. We have Nafdac offices all across the country, all across the states of the country. You can always go there and say, this is what I'm seeing. In our website, we have numbers, toll-free numbers you can call. Toll-free means that you are not going to pay. for calling us in those numbers. And there are people at our end that are going to listen to it. That is it. We have PMS, that is a post-market surveillance unit, who is in charge of all this, that control all these numbers. So please, let us ensure that we are our neighbor's keeper, or we are our own self-keeper, because if you make sure that chemicals are not used in a very terrible way, you are both protecting yourself and protecting your other fellow citizens in this country.
Thank you so much, Dr. Leonard Omokwariola. But before I let you go, are there any recent developments or updates within Nafdac that you would like the public to be aware of?
Presently, the major update we have seen now is our rate. Some of all those markets in Onitsha and in Tumta and in Aba, that is only for pharmaceuticals. We have not even gone to the area of food. We are going to come. And then the area of chemicals, we are going to come to those places, because it's not only pharmaceuticals that people are misbehaving in the way they sell them. Yes, pharmaceuticals are the most dangerous because it goes straight into the body. You swallow them, or you rub them, or you sniff them, whatever. And so food also, you eat them. So you see a lot of things that is being done. Nafdac is going to step up all those efforts, enforcement activities. This year, 2025, is the year for enforcement, and it's going to be done. And we want Nigeria to cooperate with us. We are not against people who are conducting legitimate business. It is people that want to kill Nigeria, and they are the people we are coming for, and we will come for them.
Very well then. I have been speaking with the Nafdac Director of Chemical Evaluation and Research, Dr. Leonard Omokwariola. Thank you very much for your time on the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Nafdac, safeguarding the health of the nation.
That's the start of the program today. We brought to you the concluding part of our discussion on Nafdac's guidance on chemical good manufacturing and distribution practices. If you have any questions, comments, or you want to know more about the activities of Nafdac, please reach us on toll-free 0909 763 0506, 0909 763 0506. If you have complaints, you can simply reach us on 0909 763 0507, 0909 763-0507. It's also toll-free. You can as well visit Nafdac website on www.nafdac.gov.ng. That is www.nafdac.gov.ng to know more about the operations. Catch up on the previous editions of your program, Nafdac and Your Health, by visiting the website gadoagency.com.ng. That is gadoagency.com.ng.
Gado News.
Remember, if it is not approved by Nafdac, don't buy, don't use. This is a production of Gado Agency Limited and proudly sponsored by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Nafdac. Special thanks to Malaki Okwong for his immense contributions. Voices in the drama were those of Victoria Asido, Esther Izife, Elijah Ewa, Tulo James Bako, and Femi Kadri. The program was produced by Godwin Odemije, assisted by Gideon Kenneth. We'll see you again, same time next week, Monday, for another enlightening edition of your program, Nafdac and Your Health. I am Harriet Adams. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye.